Now, this week, the final cohort of the 844 system of education sat their Kenya Certificate of Primary Education examination, marking the start of the end of nearly 40 years of the 844 system of education. The KCPE class of 2023 will, however, have the final word on the system when they graduate from university starting 2032, which is 9 years from now. And so tonight on My Sense, I reflect on the journey that we have come since the Mackay Report of 1982, a report that significantly changed the education landscape in the country. It birthed the 844 system. It paved the way for the second university, Moi University, established in 1984. It also heralded the expansion of the offering at schools. Learners were exposed to more vocational subjects. There was intention to reduce emphasis on examination into more skills. In less than 10 years, though, then President Daniel Moi established another commission to reform the education sector. The Kamunge Commission recommended cost sharing in financing education. It also sought to have more day secondary schools established to allow more learners to transition to that level of education. And as fate would have it, in another 10 years, President Moi established yet another commission that made further recommendations in what turned out to be an attempt to reduce the workload that learners were exposed to. Despite all these efforts, school enrollment remained low, transition to secondary schools remained low, and only accessible to those with the ability to finance it. There was educational marginalization tied to economic abilities. But when the third President Mwai Kibaki unveiled the free primary education program in 2003, schools were overwhelmed with numbers. Many joined schools without school uniform. Teachers were required to transfer knowledge to crowded classes against global best practices. But the children were better off in school. The government of Kenya continues to pump more resources to the education sector, so much so that now nearly a third of the taxes collected in the country go to finance education, the biggest share spent on paying teachers. Yet, here we are with a country that has not assured its youth of economic opportunities. Millions of young people are either unemployed or underemployed. When in 2017 the rollout of the competency-based curriculum started, the vision was to impart capabilities over knowledge. The expectation is that we have been doing that for the 7 years of this major experiment. The first cohort has been in grade 7 for the last 1 year as they transition to the second year of junior secondary school. In 2 years' time, they are expected to join senior secondary, by which time they should have decided if they want to move to a science-based secondary school, a social science institution, or a sports and arts school. Yet, the past 1 year has seen one of the worst crises to ever face pupils aged 12 and 13, majority of whom are in the inaugural class of grade 7. The shortage of teachers, lack of facilities, the confusion, and the mere reality of being an experiment. And so, as the last class of KCPE transitions, the bigger question is on what the country is doing to change the narrative for CBC learners who in less than 2 years should graduate from universities and colleges into the labor market. Will they have the competencies to deliver on the ambition of the CBC framers? Will they find their space to build the nation where their predecessors have failed for want of skills? Will the economy sustain their newfound way of doing things? To the KCPE 2023 class, congratulations on completing your exams. As we wait for the KCPE outcome, there's so much work to do to change learning outcomes and to improve the possibilities for the young. And that's my sense tonight.